Good news. Trump appoints Tulsi Gabbard to oversee election security. And Greg Dolezal claims on this Georgia Senate floor that Fulton County voter rolls include, get this, UPS stores, vacant buildings, and improper addresses that need review. So we need to prepare for this election year, 2026. It could be the most exciting year yet. Stick around. You don't want to miss this.
Turn it up loud. This is Freedom Talk.
Yes, welcome back to Freedom Talk. I'm your Freedom Talker, Steve. I'm so glad you're here. This is a brand new channel, and I need your help. Please leave a share, like, and subscribe, and get this channel off to a good start. If you are here till the end, please leave a comment. If you're here to the end, that truly helps this channel. Yeah, if you leave a comment, that's great. I get a little bit of feedback, and your opinion matters. So let's get into it. So we got Tulsi Gabbard up next.
Tulsi Gabbard has been tapped by the President of the United States to oversee the sanctity and the security of our American elections. She's working directly alongside the FBI Director, Kash Patel. This is a coordinated whole-of-government effort to ensure that our elections, again, are fair and transparent moving forward. I don't see anything wrong with the President tasking a cabinet member to pursue an issue that most people want to see solved. Maybe you don't, but I know many Americans do want to make sure our elections are protected, and that's what Tulsi Gabbard is focused on doing.
Yes, correction. That's Caroline Levitt talking about Tulsi Gabbard. And yes, we do need election security, and I know she'll do a fantastic job. And if you remember last week, there was a warrant that was issued over to Fulton County, and it had, this is Mo Ivory, and she was kind of backpedaling and explaining some things of what took place. So let's hear what she has to say.
Hi, everybody. Listen, I know you're watching the news. You're seeing a lot of stuff about this FBI raid at the Fulton County elections and registrations. I'm on the inside right now. So I just want you to be like real discerning about all that you're hearing from people who are.
It's funny whenever they say something like that, because it's like, okay, this is happening, but don't listen to this. Listen to this. And they're trying to misdirect and misguide. So it's just really funny the way they do this.
On the outside of what's going on, I'm going to give you the truth about what's happening.
Watch out when they say, I'm going to give you the truth about what's happening. Usually there's something underneath that.
So they served a warrant, the FBI, this is Trump, serving a warrant to go pick up the 2020 ballots, which are in a secure location inside of here, 700 boxes. The first warrant that they gave was incorrect legally, like they didn't follow the right procedure. They went back and they fixed it. And they.
Okay, so what's the big deal? They went back and fixed it. Okay, the first one wasn't done right. Oh, my bad. Here's a good one. Give them the boxes.
Came back and now they are actually collecting the boxes. They are in the chain of command in Fulton County is that once they are archived, they become the possession of the clerk of Superior Court, which is Shay Alexander. She is here and she is with them inventorying everything that they're taking. We, the commissioners, the chairman, the county attorney, are trying to figure out a legal plan as to maybe an injunction, a motion to
A legal plan on how to block this mess, because some jobs are on the line there and a lot of exposure, I'm sure. But we'll see.
quash. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. We're getting all kinds of legal advice to stop this, because once they have the ballots, how do we then turn around and do something different when they've already got their hands on it? So this is an attempt to take your vote away. This is all about November.
The votes were already counted. How can we take them away if they're already counted? No, I suppose she's talking about 2026, but no, we just want elections to be done fair and orderly.
November 2026, about the primary on May 19th and then the November election. He does not want the midterm elections to take away his power. So he's trying to create chaos. So this is what he does. Chaos in Minnesota, chaos in Fulton County.
Talking about taking away power, that's what the Democrats want. They want to retain on to power. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to that power.
We are a target. Protect your vote at all costs. I'm telling you, everybody always says your life depends on it. Oh, your life does depend on it this time.
If you do it legally and the fair way, yeah, you're going to lose your power, because the only way they can hold on to power is because of things like this. And this right over here is David Sachs, and he's talking about the census and how they counted illegal immigrants into the census, which created seats for Congress.
The Democrats want to thwart mass deportations because illegal immigrants are a vital part of their power base. And you can see this in the 2030 apportionment forecast, which just came out. Illegal aliens count towards the census, which occurs every decade. And the census determines the apportionment of congressional seats and electoral votes. And what you see in these maps is that citizens of blue states have been migrating to red states because those blue states are failing. As a result of that, blue states are expected to lose 9 House seats and electoral votes because of the changing population numbers. Illegal aliens in blue states have been propping up those numbers. And so, for example, in the last election, President Trump would have won an additional 9 electoral votes if we had an accurate counting. The Democrats want to thwart mass deportations because illegal immigrants are a vital.
So I wanted to show you something right here. He had that chart on net domestic migration between July 1st, 24 through 25. Over here, you have all the states over here that are gaining in their population. And over here is the states that are losing population. And you can see California here is at negative 229. So that means they're moving out of the states in groves. And New York is minus 137,000, 229,000 in California, and then so on and so on. And then you see the top states that are gaining population from these migrated states is North Carolina, the 84,000, Texas is 67, and then so on, all down over there. So, but if they continue this, then they cannot keep the seats going because they need to kind of fudge the numbers with the legal immigrants in the states in order to keep those seats. So if they don't count those immigrants, then they get an accurate count and they cannot have those seats. So they will lose seats in the Senate and the House if they continue to do that. But what's really important about election integrity, moving back over to Georgia, I don't want to mess up his name, Greg Dolezal. I think I got that right. But he has some investigation over here that he presented over to the Georgia State Senate. And he put a claim into the Senate, so they need to review this and bring this to light. But this is what he had to show, and he had another gentleman that was working with him that really brought in the goods. So let's see what it is. Really interesting. Take a look at this.
All right, y'all. Yesterday, I made a serious allegation on the floor of the Georgia State Senate that Fulton County's voter rolls have been, and continue to be a complete mess. And today we're going to bring you the receipts. Currently in the state of Georgia, it is illegal to be registered to vote from anywhere other than your primary residence. Can't register to vote at UPS stores, can't register to vote at homeless shelters, can't register to vote under an overpass. But today, and this is as of the January 5th Fulton County voter rolls, about 70 people are registered to vote right here. We're going to bring you a couple more locations to show you that this is not an anomaly. Fulton County has got to get their act together.
So 70 people over there at that UPS store. They probably don't have 70 employees, let alone 70 people living in there. Okay.
All right, y'all. This is 850 Oak Street in Fulton County, and there are 19 people registered to vote at this abandoned house. And so again, this is on the Fulton County Registrar. They've got to clean up their voting rolls. This is not a new problem. And remember, back in 2020, absentee ballot request forms were sent to every single registered voter, including at locations just like this. All right, so we are 1445 Woodmont Lane, physicaladdress.com, 138 people registered to vote, but I've got a treat for you. This is Jason Frazier. Jason, come on in the frame here. Jason Hello. Is the guy that's done all of the heavy lifting on this. He and David Kate are the two folks that brought this to my attention. Jason, how hard was it to figure out that you had thousands of people in Fulton County registered to vote from illegal voting locations?
You know, it's not that difficult. The hardest part is getting a copy of the voter rolls. I mean, not everybody wants to spend $485 for the statewide voter roll, but essentially once you get it, just sort it based on number of people at one address. And this one jumped real far out of the page because there's 138 people registered to vote here. And when we turn the camera, you'll see it's just it looks like it used to be a house, but now it's a commercial
You think 138 people lived in that house? Must be a lot of sleeping bags.
virtual mailbox. So I can't fathom there's 138 beds in that house, so they can't be registered to vote there.
Here's the thing, Jason, that's really compelling to me. The county has every piece of zoning information. They know this is a commercial location. They obviously can do easy database sorting and searching. You also, though, have identified 1,000 people that were born in the year 1900 that are on the Fulton County voter rolls. You've identified a couple hundred other people that are that very much seem to be the same person, same name, same address. I'm sorry, same date of birth.
Yeah.
And tell us about some of that.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of folks across Georgia who show 1800 or 1900 as their date of birth, which means
Wow.
what I've heard is that means they don't know their date of birth. If Fulton County or anywhere in the state, they don't know your date of birth, how can they be checking to see if you're a legal resident? And a lot of these, we were talking about the duplicates, they'll have two people registered to the same address with the same year of birth in slight variations of their names. So maybe it's Bob and Robert, maybe it's Bob and Bob. And it's clearly the same person at that address. But if you've got typos in somebody's name and you don't know their date of birth, how in the world do we know they're a U.S. citizen? And that just needs to be cleaned up so we can verify everything.
And here's the last thing I'd like to say.
And what's wrong with that? Hey, go do it.
The fact that people like Jason and David and a number of other people, from Derek Somerville to Mark Davis to Philip Davis, have had to do this kind of work on their own is frankly absurd. The Fulton County Registrar, this is their job. They are the ones that are supposed to keep the voter rolls clean. And like I've said before, and Fonnie Willis got mad when I said it, it's always Fulton County. And Fulton County has got to get their act cleaned up. Jason, thank you for the work that you guys have done. Super, super grateful.
Thank you.
I'm going to head to the next location.
Yeah, I used to live in Fulton County too, so just being there and watching things from the side, from yeah, okay, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I want to be careful.
And I think we're heading next to maybe a homeless shelter. But ironically, there's a homeless shelter across the street from the Capitol with 1,900 people.
Yeah, they've had as
registered.
many as 2,300, 2,400 is most I've seen. And I mean, you can go right on their website. They don't have that many beds. This is a problem.
All right, this is 477 Peachtree Street. There's 70
A lot of
people
peach cheese
registered
in
to vote
Georgia.
here. It's a homeless shelter that closed in 2017. All right, y'all, here we are, 2625 Piedmont, another UPS store, 96 registered voters right here in direct violation of Georgia law. Not hard to find for us, apparently pretty hard to find for Fulton County.
Well, there you go. And so I guess if you need votes, just go to the UPS store. And, okay. So, but he exposed a lot, and he brought that to. Of course, this is all allegations because it went to this to the Senate floor, and I have to be careful. I'm a new YouTuber, and I want to make sure I do things right to make the boys upstairs happy. So I do appreciate you being here. But what's your opinion? What do you think about this? And do you think that we do need to have somebody in charge like Tulsi Gabbard in order to keep elections clean and safe? But put your thoughts in the comments. And so glad to have you. And keep America great. And God bless you. And until next time, have a blessed day. Bye.
Turn it up loud. This is Freedom Talk.